Alright, an unorthodox introduction, let's get to it. Just a brief introduction about New South Wales Police Gestapo. Many of these constables and sergeants may not be aware of what I'm talking about, but high ups, they know. Let me take off my cap while I'm inside my house. This is what I was taught at school, Penzos Maris. Now I walk inside with a hat. Anyway, they use unsuspecting people which they nullify and render under Section 32 Mental Health Act. Now if you look at Section 32, you add it, 32 equals a 5. A 5 is the fifth wound of Christ, Christ. Alright, it's N, that's it. The fifth wound. Anyway, they use unsuspecting people which they nullify, render semi-conscious, unconscious, a bit in the haze through druggings, through neurolinguistic programming, through certain lashes, brighting. You know, brighting, when the people drive past you with high beam lights, people drive past you making noises constantly. This is psychological damage. This hacks your mind, the signals to your mind. You may not be aware of this, but it hacks your subconscious mind. This is what these communities targets do to an individual to render them incapable of defending themselves logically or in a compass mentis state of mind. Then what they end up doing is they end up feeding you into the sex trafficking, prostitution rings, drug trafficking, and all this stuff, and use you as an unsuspecting police informant. While other long-standing police informants, undercover police officers, other intel agents are around to make sure that you remain the bait and not knowing. While they make money off you through the underworld, black market, and they benefit off you through the legal system. While they have nothing put on their name on record, so if these police informants which are registered have to go to court in the future or go to jail, people in jail don't have access to their records, and they don't have to get put in the boneyard or protective custody with other pedophiles, rapists, and piece of shit people who are too scared to go into the yard because people hate pedophiles and people that go into the boneyard. They're fucking rock spider dogs. So you see, if you go to jail and you're hated for any reasons, you're fucked. So this is why I'm making these videos, because I know in jail they have phones, they have access to the internet, they make TikTok videos. Money talks, bullshit walks. They used to give people a pouch of tobacco, they go and stab someone for you. So this video is like a track record of what I've been going through for the past 10 years. I'm not a police informant. I live in utmost poverty for 10 years. Utmost poverty in Australia. Okay? Utmost poverty. You cannot comprehend the level of poverty that I've been subject to in this sex trafficking through the New South Wales Police, Australian intel agencies, the Australian Defence Force, who have been known to selling rocket launchers to criminal organisations such as the Darwiches in Sydney when they had their war with the Razaks. Alright? They had their Wood Royal Commission in the late 90s and early 2000s because it's entrenched with corruption. But all the younger constables and the ones that were out in the public's view got thrown under the bus, while the puppeteers got walking away scot-free and are still doing it today. So I believe that they had this woman who they put in protection, but the protection was a brothel. They made her work as a prostitute to break her will, so she doesn't want to fight the system anymore. The way the system is under the table. So do you see? I hate to use this vocabulary, but this country, Australia, is pieces of shits. Okay? This country is a shit country. 35 years of my life, I've been subject to this bullshit Gestapo, and the last 10 years has been unparamounted. Okay? I've left the country once on an aeroplane. I got arrested on it for going on a holiday to Thailand. They question me, why am I going here? Why am I going there? An Australian citizen with no ties to any criminal organisations or terrorism is just getting stopped and questioned. Standard textbook profiling. Now you can imagine how I've existed in this country. You know, you've all seen that movie, Wog Boy. I'm going to paraphrase him. How about you, Mr. Darren Hinch? Give me, an Aussie battler, a fair fucking go. Because shame on fucking you, Australia. Shame on fucking you. Shame